listen.
Oh, they joined Chocolate City. Yeah, they're on tour right now. Yeah.
That's a choice.
Yeah, gotta pay them bills, you know. So they might be back, they might not be. Depends on how this goes, you know. I think they're taking it global, but
Okay.
yeah.
Getting a lot of fives. Because we don't have £1 bills.
Let's talk about this. The stripper industry in the UK. Yeah, Suffering. We need a £1 bill. Do you understand? Because I've seen strippers in the UK that go around with jars. And they deserve better than that.
Like a big issue salesman.
They don't. It's a big issue. They have like the card reader and stuff. Like they advance.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
oh wow! They up and coming. They're really about it.
Like our stripper industry will never
That's
thrive.
not...
Yeah.
As soon as you hear it, I just get a flashback of somebody stood outside the supermarket looking for change for a charity.
Exactly.
That's not what you want.
If I'm busting it open.
That's not sexy.
Yeah.
That's not sexy. You get that full like, you know, to love to do, and then all you hear is another girl in between her legs.
No change in my jar, nigga. You enjoying?
One of the dancers just shaking like rackets. Strapped to the arms.
That's actually innovative.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Do belly dancing and shit. Obviously, you need to be the creative director of all stripping everywhere.
I think the entire world will benefit from my creativity.
Here.
Flourish.
I'll drink
Thrive.
that.
That's right.
Well, as you can see, guys, there's been a little change up of hosts, but I think that this is going to be a good thing, okay? And what a perfect way to start it with my spiritual baby daddy, okay? My spiritual advisor, Mr. Rice, if you nasty.
That's
the original.
The original.
Before Janet, you don't even know, okay? My partner in negligence. What else?
In negligence,
the will to my grace.
That's right.
So when you're ready to co-parent these babies, you just let me know, yeah? If we ever get there.
I need to be able to afford a nanny first.
Oh, a nanny? Okay.
Yeah.
We need to.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We need to afford a nanny because I'm really not trying to be as hands-on, you know?
You know what, I wanted to say that, but as a woman, I'm going to come out so...
But I'm allowed to say that because I'm a man.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what, you know, society and the patriarchy, the current patriarchy that they have, would like to have you believe that all black men are hands-off, which is not true. You know, my father is very much in my picture, so is my mother. They are happily married, you know. So when I say that, nobody's going to bat an eyelid because cool. Yeah, exactly. That's what they do.
And all I want is equal opportunities. I want the chance to be negligent.
As you should.
Exactly. If anything, I want someone to like finesse me, basically. Like, I want you to make me want to have children because it's not going to come from me, not from my spirit. Okay? I want like the idea of someone living in me for a year. That doesn't sound fun. Anyone who does that, I have so much ratings for them because like even seeing people that are pregnant aggravates my claustrophobia. like you can't get away from this, you know?
That's a lot of personal space then.
Children are blessings, and I don't want that. I don't want my message to be
we love kids.
diluted. We love kids. I just love them in a really like auntie way. You know, like go back to your mommy.
Yeah,
that kind of.
I was at work once and there's a front of house thing, and a couple of kids were waiting to go in and play their session with their parents, obviously, but they came over to the front access and they were like, excuse me, when do we get to go in? And I was like, okay, so when the big hand on the clock, see the clock there, when it gets to this, you know, you can come and see me, and if you're not in by that time, you can come and see me, and like you can scream at me if you want. And they were like, oh, okay, and then they ran off, and then I stood back up, and my friend was like, you're really good with kids, and I was like, I know.
That's like some Jekyll and Hyde shit. My God. You are so dark as well. But also really like, you do have a really light, bright side, so I could see you being really good with kids.
And I could, it's just, you know, I'm not there, you know? I think it's one of those things like, do you remember our friend when she said, we would hang out with her and she was like, you'd be surprised what you can do when you have to do it.
Yeah.
That's a quote that's haunted me for a while. For a while since she said it.
Absolutely.
Because it's so true. There are so many situations I've been in and I've thought, oh wow, it's not until like, was it retrospectively? I've been like, that I've been like, oh wow, like before, past Anton would have never thought he would have been able to do that.
Yeah. As they say, you never know how strong you are until you have to be.
Exactly.
You know? So I do know that like, I would absolutely love my children and I'll be dedicated to that job, because I don't really feel like you can't be bringing children into this world and then feeling like it's going to be a part-time job, really.
Yeah.
Like they need, especially now more than ever, they need almost constant supervision and guidance. Like they need strong role models, they need a unit, a community around them of different voices that can advise them and stuff like that. It's motherhood has really changed, and like, for instance, my friend, my niece, okay, she came round to visit me the other day actually, and she's 14. Yeah, she's 14, and like she had a dress on basically, and she was just standing over there and like doing the greetings and stuff like that. And I was like, we'll call her Rachel.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, Rachel, can I see the top of your dress, please? And she's like, you're not gonna like it. I said, I'm absolutely sure of that, babes. Open it up. Let me see. Let me just, because I already don't like the bottom, so you know, it can't get worse than what I'm thinking right now. It could get worse. She opened her denim jacket and it's just titties, you know, like, and the thing is, not like in a really explicit way, but it's the kind of top that it is, so it's like right on the edge of her boobs and stuff like that. And this is how I know I'm a certain age, but most of all, like, it's one of the conflicts of like being a parent and raising kids nowadays. You lot think this is normal. This ain't gonna run in my house. Do you understand?
Absolutely
I was like,
not.
and more so, I just said to her, like, I'm gonna tell you something that maybe your friends and stuff, or maybe your mom can't tell you because they're, you know, your mom, you're never gonna listen to her. Your friends are doing the same stuff as you. I'm telling you this as an older sister, you're doing too much with that outfit. Like, you're just straight up doing too much with that outfit. You are a young girl. You have the entirety of your life to sexualize yourself, to wear tiny skirts and dresses and get drunk and stuff. This is the time that you cannot get back. We are adults for the majority of our life. But our childhood is the smallest part of it. It feels like this is everything right now. And at the very least, just wait to be 18 like I did to sexualize yourself. Like, at least be a consenting age. But I was like, honestly, babe, if Coco, I can bungle you into a car right now and grab you.
Bungle you. I love that, bro.
Yeah. And what are you gonna do? You ain't gonna do shit, because you're a little girl. You're supposed to wear big girl outfits. You have to be ready
For the consequences.
Yeah. So like, there's people that are seeing you, and I said not only that, but it's the weather as well. Like, this is winter. We really in November, and the dress is already a certain length, so I can imagine when she walks, it gets even shorter. I was like, babe, don't buy anything again that is this length. I'm sorry. Like, it actually did give me a bit of a heart attack. I was like, oh my god. And this is why I always say, like, it's way more difficult to raise girls than boys, because like, girls, there's a whole bunch of influences because they're constantly told that they have to look a certain way, and like, to get an audience they have to be a certain level of attractiveness, and children are sexualizing themselves younger these days because they have access to Cardi B and like really adult material, like BDSM stuff. Like, my child, that should be OnlyFans stuff. Like, titties are out and stuff. That shouldn't, my 8-year-old should be able to openly be able to access that.
Yeah.
And that's why it's normalized to them now. So like, she doesn't even know that there's something wrong with it. But I'm like, there's other like adults who are looking at you, not even in a judgmental way per se, but like, we overstand things. We oversee things. Like, we've been there, done that. This thing that you think is confidence right now is actually insecurity. You don't need to do all of that, baby girl. Like, she's gorgeous. She's actually so gorgeous. And she's even better because she's smart. She's funny. She has a whole bunch of stuff. And I said, and the thing about putting your body out too much, and you know me, I love my body. Okay? I'm like practically a nudist. Okay? But if you want to be taken seriously in certain environments, you do have to cover up. And the second you start selling your body too much, people think that like that's all you got to sell.
Yeah.
That's all you got. So I was like, let's not go down this road, baby girl. And if I see any dresses like this again, we're gonna have problems.
Well, put some hands.
Yeah.
I think.
But
I think because I teach, not as young as 14, but 18 and up. I think they're just. I get a little baffled because a lot of times during classes I'm like, was I like this at 18? I probably was, you know. To a degree, like, but not so brazenly in class. Like I don't think my who I teach was ever like, what? What did you say?
Yeah, they're a little bit more outrageous now.
It's just they just haven't so much access to stuff, and you know, I think there's just a lot of common sense just doesn't really try, and the worlds are so big as well. Their worlds are massive. Everything is just, they're so raw.
It's almost like they're competing from a young age with an international pool. Because of the internet. Like we have a global community now, especially let's say black people, especially. The internet is like our playground and our tool and stuff like that. You know? The Beehive practically runs Twitter. Like that's where we get to express our opinions and cancel people and like boycott. So the internet has kind of given us a global black identity in some ways where we can be like, oh, these are the same things and these don't work and stuff. But either way, it's like this giant pool of people, and when you're young, it's very hard to not feel like you're insignificant, you know, because you see a barrage. Even me on my like sometimes I'm like, not today.
Need a break.
Yeah, I just need a break from the beautiful faces and the MUAs and the dancers and you know.
It's a lot, bombarded, you know? And I think they're at a point where that is normal now. That is just the norm.
Yeah,
like it's normal for them to just constantly be seeing faces of other people.
Yeah,
it wasn't like even when I was at uni and at school, like it wasn't normal to just constantly be seeing people on my screen all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
and even bullying just stayed online, for instance, because like we didn't all have phones and stuff.
Yeah.
So they didn't follow us around. Therefore,
like you really had to follow. Like you really had to go and find a particular website where because people used to make websites and you're like, someone's a slag.
Yeah. Expose websites.
Yeah. And if you didn't know and you didn't care to know, like it's fine. But now it's like you can't hide from anything. Like you'll just get sent a video or a meme or something, and then all of a sudden everybody knows it. Like.
There's no escape from these ideas of like who you're supposed to be or how important you're supposed to be, or you know, like getting certain amount of likes and certain amount of traction and blah blah blah, you know. And it's even the same, like, you know, it's I have to proactively detach from the internet because I'm on it so much for my social medias, for my blog, for my music and stuff. But I tell myself on a regular basis, this is not a real place.
Absolutely
not.
This
is not a real place.
Anything that happens online, not real.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and plus I'm lit in real life, basically. Okay, this vibe is immaculate, and you have to experience it in real life. The internet can never do me justice.
Exactly.
So.
Like I feel like anything, you're only seeing like a portion. Like people only ever display like a certain percentage, and it's a tiny percent of what they do. I know I do
your best moments, basically.
Yeah, I know I give the best moments, but you know. I'm an actor. I'm trying to be out here and trying to make a name for myself. Of course, like it just reminded me that you can never control how people perceive you. Like even in those times where it's literally just me sat in my room, bored, binging Netflix, or not even binging Netflix, watching something I've already seen, however many times because it's comfortable. Like I don't want to invest in anything new right now because I'm feeling the waves.
Yeah.
You know, like I just want to see something I know how it's going to end. I'm like, satisfied.
You know, it's interesting because they say that a lot of like depressed people do that.
You diagnosing me right now.
No, I'm just saying that. I remember reading about this and being like, this is a really.
Diagnosing me.
It's not a personal test.
WebMD. Cover.
Honestly, I just need like to just go and study now because I've been therapizing people against their will even sometimes. So now I just need the doctorate or something so that it can justify the advice that I'm gonna shove down your throat. I just want you to be better.
You call that manipulation?
Okay, they're saying about watching something and knowing the ending and it giving you a feeling of like familiarity and control and stuff like that, and that's typically linked to people that have anxiety, depression and stuff. And it's true, there are a lot of shows that I watch because I'm like, that's the comfort.
Yeah.
What movie do you rewatch?
I like so my favourite movie of all time, and it's technically it's two, but we'll say it's one. Anton.
Oh really?
1 and 2. Like I remember seeing it in the 90s and just being like, this is so funny. I think the main
Morticia is a vibe, and I probably like I inspired to be her. I'm not dead yet. I'm trying to be like a woman. She had the like.
Just the whole aesthetic of it. I think the characterization, like the story, like it's aged so well. The jokes are still funny. Like, and I think as well, being a young black male in a suburban area, just surrounded by all these white faces, seeing a family who is so overtly different to what's considered the norm. I think for me, as a child, subconsciously, that I was inspired by it because I was like, I resonate. Yeah. I was like, I resonate with that. That's like. They're in black, I'm black, like, they eat different things, we eat different things,
true.
Like,
see different by the community.
Yeah, like, it was just one of those things.
They're actually quite a loving family, besides obviously, like, Wednesday trying to kill her little brother.
Yeah, but it happens, the families be like that sometimes.
I also love the name Wednesday for a kid.
It's a great name.
I've always wanted to, like, November, I have that in my head. One of my children might have a middle name.
Pugsley, though, we're steering clear of Pugsley.
Who's Pugsley again?
Her brother.
Oh, the little chubby one with the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Pugsley, that's too much like a dog, and I'm not. Let's not do that. Let's not name kids dogs' names, because people are already naming their dogs and pets human names. And I'm like, okay. One day they're gonna get up on them hind legs and grow opposable thumbs and start doing some stuff. And then where you gonna be?
I'm like a passive watcher, so it's like sometimes I put something on so I can just listen to it and not watch it per se. I don't necessarily need to watch what's going on. But if we're talking all-time favorite, greatest movies, Interstellar. It has. I could do a sermon on why Interstellar, but I won't bore the people.
Talk about it, Sister Coco. Go take a pulpit.
First of all, I'm done with this planet, and that's the main thing.
Who isn't done with this planet?
Exactly. So most of all, I don't want to be here with you guys anymore. No, I'm joking. But I just love the idea of us like exploring other worlds and stuff, and like, it plays into like my fears about global warming, about the way that we're treating the Earth. We're treating the Earth as if we have another one to go to.
Yeah.
So I like the way that they demonstrated the genuine kind of problems we're going to have if we do decide to, like, this idea of colonizing another planet. We're not all just going to move to this planet, like...
It'll take a minute. It will take some time.
First of all...
I mean, I haven't seen Interstellar, but I
Well...
I science fiction is... we're friends. So, I know, like, terraforming a planet is not, like, scientifically, you just... we're there now. Things need to happen.
But I love the way that they, like... They kind of, they made the science of the movie really accessible, because I love watching stuff about planets, about exploring our solar systems, about other planets in the Goldilocks zone, basically, close enough to the Earth, close enough to the sun, far enough from the sun, basically, that perfect area, basically. Yeah. Mars is too close. We're never going to really colonize Mars. There's stuff like solar storms and stuff like that.
And the Earth can't even handle regular storms that come on.
This is what I'm saying. So you think I want a solar storm, okay? But there's so it's like it really demonstrates how we have to master light year travel and stuff like that, and how wormholes like black holes our potential way to travel distances through the galaxies and stuff. And like the soundtrack, I love Christopher Nolan as well. Tenet, you know, like that's my guy. Yeah, like really intense. Yeah, I don't like. You're right. Like the soundtrack is like, listen to this fucking shit. You can tell we've had a drink.
I'm literally drinking straight from there.
Oh, the mixer. Like some cowboy. Okay.
It hit product of Barbados. That
you know what I love about that?
Wars.
It's like you sound like Rihanna and it's turning me on. Okay? Yeah.
She a bad bitch.
Oh, yes,
She a bad bitch.
Risk it all for
Yeah, I'm
Rihanna.
going to ask about shit.
I actually love when you do that. Do it again. Do it again.
You want me to do it again?
Oh my god.
I can do it as many times as you like. You just keep me some wrong.
You know what? It turns into almost like there's a borderline Welsh there as well, which is not.
It's so
legitimate.
like the Bayesian accent is so weird. Like it's like it could be Welsh, and then it could be Bristolian. Like it's
there's
so.
some little words. That
But then it's because like, you know, before like black people were on Barbados, like they were Irish people. Like so then.
The indentured slaves.
Yeah. And then it's so obviously the Irish there, the English there, and then you know everything just sort of like kind of merged into a sort of thing. There's an island in I can't remember what it's called, but in America there's an island where essentially during the winters the slave masters would leave, so then the slaves would just have run of the islands essentially, and so they are the closest. Those black people that live there are the ones who have the closest connection to, you know, their roots, to like the slavery roots. But their accent kind of sounds Caribbean because of just the way it comes.
Oh really? What island is this?
I can't remember what it's called. But if you ever watch, if you're on Netflix, watch High on the Hog, and it's in one of the episodes.
Okay. So, I thought a great place to start this conversation would be let's me get my lip gloss.
My lip gloss keep popping.
It's almost like it's a service. I have a duty to make sure that they're moisturized because big lips that are chappy. Don't nobody want
It's not cute.
It's not cute. Yeah.
If someone looks at you and they go, they want you to attend to the situation.
To what people want. Yeah.
That's what life's about. Listening to what people want and giving to them.
Don't you be flirting with my camera. I flirt with the cameras here, okay?
The camera loves me. Look at it, it loves
me. You also love the camera, so that helps.
Yes, I do.
I knew I wasn't going to regret having Anton. He brings out my bitchy side, which is my best side. Like, he's just such an enabler. He just allows me to just he's like, yeah, and what else? You know? Never a bad word about my shenanigans.
I'm here to support and nurture.
And I feel supported and nurtured.
Yeah. Can't take care of a houseplant though.
You are a houseplant.
Look, I'm a cactus. Okay.
Someone needs to take care of you. Dating over 30. You know? 30 gang, just joined.
She's saying it like I've been 30 for like half a year. It's been a month.
True.
A few weeks.
But spiritually.
Actually, it's not even been a whole month yet.
No, it's not even a month yet, yeah. But spiritually, you're a lot more mature, okay?
True.
And
facts
to be fair, it's not like you're dating anyone that is younger than you, are you?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
because they would be too immature for you.
Yeah, no, 100%. My theory is no man matures until... And men don't start maturing until about 25, 26.
Tell them.
Because that's the kind of point where they kind of... Because it happened to me, like, and I'm saying this because this is me, like, that's the kind of point where you kind of start to figure out, okay, I've been over here doing this for about 5 years, being 20 for about 5 years now. I'm tired of just bouncing around and floating around, especially when you're a freelancer and creative. It's like, right, now I need to start doing what I actually want to do because 30 is approaching. 30 is like a landmark age. You know, what do I have to show for it? Especially when your parents, at 30, they probably had you, or were thinking about having you.
Yeah.
We're together, we're married, and blah, blah, blah. And, times have changed now, but still, it's like one of those things that, okay, when am I going to decide? If I don't decide now to get my shit, start getting my shit together, when is that going to be?
No.
Because you can't be in your mid-30s and still not having your shit together. That's
and it's funny because I have that conversation with my mum sometimes, like, because she'll talk to me like I'm just some baby, but it's because she just wants to be mum. She took a lot of pride in that job. So like any opportunity, even though she knows that I don't need any counsel and stuff, but sometimes she'll say certain things, and I'm like, Mummy, I'm literally the age that you were when you decided that you wanted to bring 4 individuals into this world. So what makes you think that I can't decide what is right for me?
Yeah.
If you were this age with kids and in a whole other country, you feel like you're emotionally capable of doing that, but I still need advice about my friends. Oh, don't trust anyone. That's her favourite. She hates people. People are the worst in her opinion and stuff like that. Don't trust anyone. And I'm like,
she knows she's a person, right? She knows she's a person too.
She probably hates herself a little bit. We're not here to read my mum though. That needs a whole dedicated episode, you understand? But I'm just saying that, yeah, she be acting like I can't make these decisions, but no.
I think that's with all parents though, especially if you're still in the same orbit as them.
Yeah, she's fortunate enough that I'm back in her orbit.
Yeah, and I think they just, I don't know about you, but my mum kind of treats me like I'm a teenager. The constant interrogation. I'm like, I'm an educator. I'm a whole educator. I have kids. I have 80-something kids to be responsible for.
Thank you.
And you're here
I've been in charge.
And I feel like, she's just trying to have that kind of teenager experience, like that kind of adolescence experience with me, because she wasn't, not to say that she wasn't, not to say that I was abandoned. Let's not do that. Let's not call my mother negligent because she's anything but. But my mum's been a hard worker. Like, and both of my parents are. And like, she's been a hard worker. Like, she's just worked. So I feel like because she's not working as much anymore, she's having the adolescent stage and didn't send me the memo. like I'm really.
Your mum does have like a lovely youthful energy.
She does.
Yeah,
she does.
Yeah.
But she's really giving me this kind of like, oh, you're still a teenager vibe, and it's like, no. Like I'm a whole adult now.
Yeah.
Like, a whole adult.
My mum will flip.
I'm 30.
At which point do I stop being the child? Jesus. My mum will flip into being an enabler, to being a parent. Like the dynamic constantly changes between us because she asks me for help with literally every aspect of her life.
Yeah.
And then try and warn me against guys as if I don't already know that most of them are trash. And then at the same time, she'll be like, there's a jacket she brought me and she was like, I like this one because it shows off your bum. Go show off your bum, show off your figure. And I'm like, these are conflicting messages, Lydia. Okay. Do you want me to show my nyash or not?
Is it nyash or clock?
Or what?
Oh, we close.
She's inconsistent with this shit. Like, if we were like in Texas or something, she would have absolutely been a pageant mom. Absolutely. Have me in makeup from 7. Yeah. See, this is the thing. Like,
my mum had the opportunity to be a stage mum. Because I've been acting since I was 5.
Of course. Child actor.
Google me. She was the complete opposite. I always used to remember coming home from audition, she'd be like, how did it go? I was like, yeah, it was fine. She'd be like, how many people were on the panel? 3. She'd be like, any of them black? No. She'd be like, you won't get it then. That would be it.
Oh, well, you went.
That would be it. I'm like, okay, mum.
Oh, wow.
Like, that was it.
I respect her game. She just straight up, listen, I need to tell you some truths.
Like, yeah.
The world are going to tell you.
Like, but thank God, like, it didn't discourage me.
True.
Maybe it did slightly, but, like, I think, I still kept with it because I was like, well, this is just fun. Like, it's not something that I'm like...
They're not only fun, but, yes, you are great at it. It's your calling, you know. So,
Tell them. You tell them.
yeah.
Oh, you
In
tell
fact, fun fact, me and Anton worked at a hellhole of a venue.
I mean, she's putting that lightly.
Yeah, to be fair.
You feel real nice about it. You're like, don't be nice, girl. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what it's really like.
Can I really tell her? Can I, like, really? No. Because, you know, it'll just get political and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we worked at a hellhole.
And trash baggery and nonchalantness.
Yeah.
That was the order of the day.
Yeah, but he was my partner in negligence. Okay, my equal, if not. Technically, I was his manager, but it was more like, please come into work. I can't handle this stress. I need you. What shift do you want?
We needed each other.
Yeah.
I remember that time when I stayed, and so I decided they were down a person, and I was due to leave, and I was like, you know what? I'll just stay and help you, like, get people in. That turned into, I had a few more drinks. And then I don't know what happened after that. I was just...
What happened was I told him to go sit it out downstairs. Yeah, that's what happened. You know when it was a long day, and I was like, you know what? It's my fault. I blame myself for this, okay?
Let me tell you what made me mad about it, was that I asked for the responsibility. I saw an opportunity and I thought, this is going to go places. This is going to be something where, a place where I can thrive. So let me take the initiative and ask for my promotion. And you know, the phrase, be careful what you wish for, has never been more aggressively poignant in my life, because I got what I asked for.
The truth is, it wasn't even a promotion per se. It's like an official title and whatever what you're already doing.
Yeah.
Like, you're already managing, so just make me a manager so I have it in the title officially, because that's what I'm doing here.
Because that's what was happening. So I met with my director, and he was like, and I broached this to him, and he was like, yeah, so you know, we'll do this, but we'll wait until and you'll get more money, but we'll wait until we've had a whole meeting to with everybody. And then we'll give you the title and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I'll have you in every shift. Fight or flight was the order of the day. Definitely, and it was just mainly fight. You know, and it was like, you know what it was like, you know what, like, it wasn't even just fight from the main enemy.
Yeah.
Like, it was fight from all the other little things that were happening. Like, there would just be. So imagine we've got this guy at the top just kind of like gunning for us the entire time, because, you know, we're black and we get along, and like, we're managing the most successful venue out of the entire franchise.
Absolutely.
And, you know, because you didn't want to make smart choices, the other venues are suffering, and then you're employing people who aren't actually up for the job. So now you're mad because we actually can just get along with it by ourselves and not need to call you like, can you help us? Can you help us? Can you help us? Can you help us? Because we know what we're doing.
I'm about that self-sustaining life. I don't need you for nothing. So I did not want him to have a reason to come into the venue.
We were a terrarium. You understand? A whole terrarium. Literally pop the lid on, and we just kept going.
Self-contained ecosystem.
We just kept going. There was a whole agenda that we were the worst venue, but yet we were always open, and yet everybody wanted to have a shift there. So are we really that bad? Were we really that bad? I don't think so. No. Just this one's doing this, and this one's doing that, and this one's trying to manipulate us against, you know, this one, and it's like, oh really? Is this what you're doing? Okay,
remember
cool.
when they called us bullies?
Yo. And then the day after, home girl saw me and gave me a hug.
Bruh, I feel like I would know if I was a bully, because you wouldn't want to talk to me. You wouldn't be living in the crevice of my butt cheek if I was such a bully. Then why have you pitched the tent there? Like,
why are you making s'mores, babes? Why are you here? Literally.
Please.
Making s'mores. I just woke up. I had enough. You know when the days are like, you just wake up one day and you're like, no, I'm actually at my wit's end. I wasn't sleeping properly. Like, my anxiety was just like, for the first time in my whole 20-something years of existence, I was getting anxiety attacks from this job. And I was like, this is not worth it. This is not worth it. I don't need to feel like this.
I didn't know it was like as bad as like anxiety.
Proper anxiety, like stress. I was coming out in a rash. Like I was not. My body was not coping.
I mean, the last month of that job, I was signed off because I honestly, I went in there to convince someone I was depressed, and they told me I was depressed.
I'm depressed. Yes, no, I can see that. It's clear. It's evident.
I was thinking, yeah, I just need some time off and stuff. Like 3 minutes into my session, and I'm like, they don't even acknowledge me. Sorry, I just need a minute. Mom was like,
she couldn't have signed it fast enough.
She had it signed by the time I had my tears.
That's how bad it was, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I can't do this. Like, I don't care if I don't have any income. Like, I need to go. Self-preservation. I genuinely look back on those days and like, we were in the trenches.
Yeah.
We were at war.
Forged.
The fires of war.
Well, I'm so glad that I met you.
Yeah.
Because at every workplace, I take one friend that I'm like, this one. Yeah. You are the chosen one. You're coming with me back to my real life.
Where nobody else knows me.
Yeah. TikTok, single-handedly destroying our generation.
With reckless abandon.
Yes. Thoughts?
You know what's wild to me? Is teaching a group of 18-year-olds and hearing one of them go, what was the reason? And just knowing that the only context they have of that is a small, however second clip.
A soundbite.
A soundbite of an entire season's worth of drama that culminated to an immaculate reunion called Love and Hip Hop with Cardi B. Like that's just for me, I was like, she said it and it just took me back. I was like, I was there for the entire thing. I'm like, the whole thing with the producer and the girl from London.
Yeah.
And like, she came
I was front row to that drama, okay?
Like
we saw the rise of Cardi B. Imagine there's people just enjoying Cardi B that don't know where she came from. Rent free.
Like, didn't even invest. Like, no stocks, no bonds, no shares. just here. Just you know, reaping the dividends of Cardi B, and you didn't even know where she was grown with. The soil, you went there with the soil. And I was, and it's just like, it's wild to me. It's just wild. TikTok is it's a whole entire universe where music just never seems to die. Like, music doesn't die there. It's a place where music goes to be reborn. Like, the kind of surreal songs that you haven't heard in so long, everything just gets all out of context, and then it's just repurposed into this thing. And
repurpose is a perfect word as well, to be fair, because like, you're not taking our culture. This is what we grew up on, okay? I hold it very close to me, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, how can you not have enjoyed the trash that was Cardi B? Because like part of her brand is like really knowing where she came from.
Yeah.
Like it's the lack of education socially. Like you don't even have to. Yeah. You don't even have to read a book. And you're not even doing that.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Because they feel like they don't. Like they just feel like it's all. Oh yeah, this is funny. Like, you know, TikTok is just because of kind of like, you know, it's as consumable as Vine. Because remember when Vine was like 7 seconds. Well, obviously TikToks are longer, but it's still like just these little bites of just you know, certain things.
Wow, Vine. I totally forgot about them for a second.
That was a whole thing.
Yeah, it was a whole
and
thing.
Vine did well for people who really capitalized it, like King Batch.
Yeah.
And then whoever.
That is amazing to get an audience of 7 seconds, because TikTok at least you can do like 130 seconds.
But like that's
That's
real
powerful.
creativity.
Yeah.
Real creativity.
I have 7 seconds.
So if you've blown off of Vine, big up to you.
Yeah, big ups to you.
Big up yourself.
Yeah, big up yourself. Scene.
Yeah.
Like, it's hustle season, baby. Now eternity. But if I do happen on a birthday or something, and I see some little kids TikToking, that's when it's time for me to go. That's when I shouldn't be there. if you are doing TikTok dances, me and you are not the same.
No.
We're not in the same category.
No.
Okay. We're not the same category.
You're not about it. Like, I feel like back in the day, dances, so the Soldier Boy, the Dirty Wine, the Willy Bounce, Migraine Skank. Like, these were dances that you dance like a whole thing to.
Migraine Skank would have popped off if TikTok was on now. The way, if it was on back then, the way it is now, Migraine Skank would have gone clear.
Bubbly, bubbly, I'm so down bubbly. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Like, I just, you don't dance. People don't dance. Like, you don't have dances like we used to have dances anymore.
You're right.
Like, it's not like they're just these little microwave things.
It has been a wonderful episode with Anton, Kieran Rice. Okay, good vibes as always.
And Rice Jr.
Yes. Go
Don Antoni.
Yes.
My Italian name.
His handle will be somewhere here. Thank you for the laughs as always, Anton. It's always
my pleasure. It's what I do.
Yes, you do.
I'm a funny person, I know.
Exactly. But tune in to our next episode, which is guaranteed. Actually, no, it's not really guaranteed. You bring the vibe, but it's going to be amazing. The next episode is going to be amazing, okay? New direction. It's going to be fun and creative. We're going to get into it. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
I'm doing this a lot, and I don't know. It's the alcohol.